Peace and blessings, family. How are y'all feeling? I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling great. I hope you are feeling absolutely dandy. Okay, it is the last day of the month, Friday the 31st. And I know it's been a minute. I know we're really off schedule, but it's gonna be okay because, y'all know sometimes families be like this. You don't hear from somebody and then all of a sudden they pop back into existence and you're like, hey, how you feeling? I'm feeling good. Great. Awesome. And that's how it works. So today I have a special guest. And my special guest is this lovely bowl of golden deliciousness. What is it, you may ask? It's been 10 seconds. I'm gonna just put that right there. I got more. I'm sad, but I got more. This is jackfruit. In just a second, move that to the window. In just a second, I'm gonna talk to y'all about where this lovely fruit comes from and just some fun facts. What's it good for? How does it taste? How do you even get it? And I also filmed the process of getting this lovely, beautiful fruit to this stage. Because believe it or not, this beautiful little bulb, little orb of golden deliciousness started out like this. What is that? Giant monstrosity. And so, stay tuned. But before we begin this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Akomartstudio. And also, please share with all your family and friends. Share with your loved ones. Share with people you hate. Please share with, I don't know, talk to somebody and be like, hey, you seen Akomartstudio? I'll get to these as well. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe. Words. Peace, family. Alright, family. So, to start, our lovely little golden friend here. Oh, do y'all like my decal? Yeah. 'Tis Africa. It's beautiful. The motherland. We're gonna pause that for a second. This lovely golden fruit here. If y'all pay attention to the video I have posted up here above me, this is how it begins. As this giant, prickly, green, fig, cactus, hybrid looking thing that actually is pretty cool when you think about it. So, it took me a long time to figure out how to properly get into this fruit so that I can get these little pods of golden deliciousness. Yeah, they're always going to be pods of golden deliciousness because they are just that. This process is a lot harder than y'all think, okay? You cannot, it's not like when you cut open orange, you just, no. This thing has, what's the word? Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it. But basically, you know, well, some of y'all probably don't. But when you shear, like you're getting wool off a sheep or a ram, there's this sticky glue, like tacky substance that comes off in the hair and the wool of the sheep. I think it's called mulin, I don't know. Something like that. I can't remember the name of it right now. But jackfruits produce something very similar. I don't know if it's called the same. It probably is. But I said all that to say, you're going to need oil to lubricate your shears in order to get through the hull of this fruit. Because you're going to need a super sharp knife. Okay? And reason I say that, you will hurt yourself. So please, kids, clumsy adults, do not try to break open a jackfruit without proper supervision and proper safety measures. Okay? It's just that deep. Like, it's just that deep. Don't do this if you're not comfortable around knives. I'm talking about even using an electric knife. Don't do it. Have somebody else do it for you, okay? And when I watched videos, this person was using a whole machete. I was talking about some, crazy. But I use coconut oil. I just put it on a paper plate. And as y'all can see in the video, I'm constantly grabbing some coconut oil and re-oiling my knife. Reason for that is because of that sticky substance. But also, little fun fact, jackfruit is a part of the fig family. New information I just learned just now. I'm not going to try to say these binomial nomenclatures. But, yeah, it's part of the fig, mulberry, breadfruit family. These are all very tropical fruits. The jackfruit is regional origin is between the western Ghats of southern India and the rainforests of Malaysia. We're tropical. And this fruit has buku, potassium, copper, manganese, riboflavin, magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin A, protein, fiber, carbs, calories. This is literally a meal in itself. Like, everything I've read about jackfruits basically say if you eat enough of it, it is a meal supplement. You are literally having an easy vegan, vegetarian meal supplement. You don't have to worry about buying extra powders and Atkins and all types of crazy stuff that you don't know all the ingredients in. This is very simple. It comes off a tree. And I love it. Fun thing. Also, jackfruit is one of those fruits that it has a flavor, but it's like so distinctive that you don't know what it tastes like. Like, in the forums I've read, not just now, but like in the past as well, it said it tasted like bubble gum. I'm like Hubba Bubba? There was, yeah, like bubble gum. And honestly, I would agree. And then some taste like pineapples and mangoes and apples and bananas all mixed up in one thing. I'm like, so that's a pretty daggone good smoothie. In my opinion, this tastes like mango, pineapple, guava, bubblegum. Like that flavor combination in bubblegum. Like pink bubble, like bubble yum, bubblegum. If y'all don't know what bubble yum is, y'all gonna have to ask somebody because I don't know what to tell you. But that's what this tastes like to me, and I love it. But like my family, I had them taste it, and they're like, no. I'm like, it's one of those things that is an acquired taste. It's not meant to be for everyone. Like, not everybody's gonna like everything, and that's okay. But back to the jackfruit. This little webpage I'm reading. Oh. Jackfruit is the largest tree fruit in the world. I want to make sure I said that right. The largest tree fruit in the world. What I mean by that, this little bowl of fruit is just a piece out of a bigger bowl in a bag that I cut up, which if you're watching this video up here, you will see and watch me do. This process was not easy. And every time you see me pause, that's my dad telling me, you need to be careful, you're going to cut your fingers off. I'm like, stop distracting me, and I won't. You're not distracted. I'm holding a very sharp knife with a fruit that is not easily cut open. I do not want to use an electric knife because I don't know how to use an electric knife properly. I'm used to basic chop, 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 chop with my hand and wrist. You know, flick the wrist, okay? Type stuff. And so, I'm a little animated today, y'all. You just don't realize every summer, which this fruit, while it's native to Asia and Malaysia, Southeast Asia and Malaysia, every summer it comes to the U.S. It is found. You can buy it. Like, I get mine from Namde Moon, which is this restaurant. It has a restaurant in it, but it's a Whole Foods supermarket. It comes to the U.S. every summer, and so I always take the time to save up and get one. And when I say one, man, I wish I had one just sitting in a corner right now to pick this thing up and so you can see. The one I got was like here, lengthwise, and then like that width. I'm not exaggerating, okay? Because guys, the one that I got, the one that usually comes to the US, is like 20 pounds. That's a baby. That's a little itty bitty little tiny one. Because these things can grow up to be about 80 pounds. And on top of that, like it was saying, it's the largest tree fruit. Bananas, oranges, coconuts, tree fruits. I'm talking about fruits that grow on the tippy top of trees. Jackfruit grows in the tippy top of a tree. Can you imagine something 80 pounds just suddenly just whoop, boom, hit the ground? Like, there's no surviving that. That hits you on the head. Like, I know y'all seen cartoons where the coconut go and the person like, woo, going out. Yeah, you just out. Game over. Ding, fatality. Like, no. You're not surviving a jackfruit hitting you on the head. Sorry. Not where it's supposed to grow. Not a fully grown one. And like, I can't even tell you about the flavorgasm that I'm having right now. It's like, it's just bouncing off the walls. Like, do y'all remember that scene in Ratatouille where Remy was like smelling the cheese? He was having his brother Emile smell the cheese and the strawberries, and it was like those little dancing and the lights movement and all the music, and you sit there and just watch it like, that looks amazing. Oh, strawberries, cheese, oh. And then he put them together and it was like a party in his mouth, as Remy described. Bro, that's this right here. I love it. I don't know why, but I do. And I kid y'all not, my dad yesterday asked me the same question. What got you started on jackfruit? I kid y'all not, I was on Pinterest and a little blurb talking about these are the benefits of eating jackfruit. And I listed 10 of them. And I was like, what the heck is a jackfruit? Looked it up on Google. Google was like, you can buy it in America. I was like, no way. Then I found, where can I buy this? And there was a place like 5 miles up the road from my house. You know I went that day, right? Came back with one. Both my parents were like, what is that? And I'm like, just wait. Let the greatness soak in all the juices. Man, y'all. And so the video y'all just watched, I sped a little bit through it, and I ain't gonna lie, because I know y'all saw the other half I had to do. And it's such a journey to get through. I think that's another thing. I'm all about journeys. I'm all about process and what it takes to get from point A to point F and then down to point Z and back to 1, 2, 3. I love process. I love the journey with everything. I love the mindful crafting process of getting into a jackfruit. You have to be mindful not to cut your fingers off. You got to be mindful to respect the fruit. You cannot force this fruit, as y'all saw in the beginning of this video. You cannot force this fruit to open. The stem, while on the outside is about that big, it's like an iceberg. You only see the tip of it on the outside above the surface of the water, but underneath there's this giant colossus core. In the jackfruit, it's the same thing. It's like I cut off little pieces of it, but in order to get all of the fruit, all of the bits around the core, you have to understand the outer edges and work your way through them. That's like, man, this video could get real deep real quick. Let's see how deep it can go. I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole. I'm not gonna keep y'all for long because I've been saying I want to do more talking videos, but here it is. The jackfruit, like I was saying, it has this giant core in the center that holds all the little bulbs, all these individual bulbs to one another. Like literally they fold and sit inside each other like that. And then you have to peel them apart. It's like taking away, well, not taking away so much, but peeling apart the pieces of yourself, trying to figure out who you are and where you come from, digging down to the root, that core, that center, you know? And then the same thing with each little bulb. Like what I'm doing, I'm sticking my thumb to break open the bulb. And this is what I was saying earlier, but I'll get back to it. Inside each of these bulbs is this giant seed. Look at this thing. Why is... Wait, I'll figure it out. It's slippery. Why is the seed this big? What seed you know is this big? This thing is literally big as my eye. Is that not trippy? Like, it's literally in the shape of my eye. And I wouldn't be surprised if jackfruits are good for your eyes. Honestly. And every single pod has one. Just one in it. And that's the beauty of it. And it just blossoms. It blossoms open like that. And the seed is sitting perfectly perched in the center. And you can also, the seeds are edible. That's the other thing. This jackfruit, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the hull can be used as compost. I'm sure, because it's biodegradable. It's a natural fruit. Every bit of it can be used for something greater. Excuse me. The hull can be used as biodegradable compost. You can nourish your other plants with this. Again, this thing has potassium, manganese, magnesium, and what else did it say? Vitamin C and A. All of your plants can use that. All your outdoor, indoor plants can use this. The hull. And then the fruit is delicious. It contains all of these nutrients as well. And the seeds more than likely do too. That's the root of it. That's where this plant grows out of. If you saw that picture I just sent, I just pushed up, what I just put in y'all's face. If you saw what I just leaned forward, how it was emerging from the seed first. That's the beauty of such a very delicate and rock solid fruit. It grows monumentously as we grow through life. And it takes its time to make sure each and every little bulb is sweet and golden and delicious. And like, it's not like how oranges can get sticky. It only does it just a little bit. And it's refreshing when it's cooled and chilled. Like, I cut this fruit up yesterday, and I let this sit overnight in the fridge, and it got cooled, and the juice is literally settled in the fruit from the seed and the core, and all of it just... And this is a major source of protein. Again, back to vegan and vegetarian eaters. I have made pulled jackfruit. And that's the other part. In some stores, you can buy unripened jackfruit. It'll come in a can. And I would advise you get it in brine, not in syrup. Syrup is sugar. Brine is like water with like oils and stuff in it. I don't know how to describe that better. Brine, not syrup. I have a can downstairs. I should have brought it, but it's okay. You can make, using unripened jackfruit, pulled barbecue, like barbecue pork sandwiches. Jackfruit meat fulfills the purpose. Here's a picture. This right here slaps so hard. I surprised myself. That was my first time making it, and it turned out like this. I didn't make it from these. Like, that's why I say unripened. But you can also eat this fruit raw, like I'm doing it. I'm just going at it. Oh, and from what I just spat out was a piece. There are pieces of the jackfruit that you can't eat. And I say can't as in can't because it's one of those things like in large amounts, it's not good for you. One of those things being these little stringies that are on the sides. If you were to get a jackfruit and cut it open, and if you remember from the video, those little, like, they look like cords, like white strappy cords. You don't want to eat too many of those because of the fact that they still had, those are where the sticky mullein, again, sticky stuff secretes from. You don't want to eat the sticky stuff, really. Because, again, in large amounts, that stuff can be really toxic to our bodies. As with anything, it's the same thing as eating, like, the whole of any kind of fruit. Like, oranges, grapefruits, that stuff is, I mean, it ain't gonna taste the best. And in large quantities, like, I'm talking about, like, extreme large quantities. Like, you sat there and just munched on the jackfruit. constant, the whole thing, and you didn't take out these bulbs, you just ate everything. That right there might make you really sick. And so, honest, be careful. Be smart, be careful. Okay? And be mindful. That's our MCC of today. Be smart, be careful, be mindful. I think it applies across the board, given that we're still in a pandemic. Given that we're trying new things. I mean, y'all would be trying new things. I've been eating jackfruit for years now, but, you know, listen to that new song. Try that new self-care method. Try a new skill. Learn a new skill. Profit from it. Do something different. And be safe while doing it. Use your common sense. We were born with that. Come on. There's no reason we should not be using our common sense with everything. Okay? Like I did in this video, common sense says, let's follow a process that works. Put oil on your knife so that you don't swipe. Common sense also said, if y'all saw, I had that rag over the edge. Why? My hands were covered in oil. My hands were covered in that sticky stuff. The blade and the handle were covered in the oil. What does oil do? Oil is slick. There's no grip. There's no tack. So I used a napkin to both cover my hand and the blade. It created that separation. So if I had to, as I was pushing into the blade, into the fruit, into the jackfruit, I had another layer of protection besides my body. You know, keep your hands away from the blade. Common sense. Be safe, but be mindful. And be aware of your surroundings. Like I said, I paused to tell my dad, please stop talking to me while I'm using this sharp blade. Thank you. It's okay. I know how to use knives. I'm not going to cut my finger off. I'm not going to cut into my body. I'm not going to cut my finger off. I know that stuff hurts. I have cut my finger off. But that's another story for another time. So, it may benefit blood sugar control. There's still potential. That's positive. It has a low glycemic index and also slows digestion, which helps prevent blood sugar spikes. And it helps to promote blood sugar control, and it provides protein, which helps your blood sugar to not rise too fast after a meal. Y'all, this sounds like it's good for people with health issues. Like, come on now. Diabetics can eat this and be benefited. Man, this fruit is one of the magic fruits that just, it eases all dis-ease. Like, May protect against disease, as it provides antioxidant, flavonoids, carotenoids, and vitamin C. It prevents skin problems. It has the potential to reduce the risk of heart disease. It boosts your immune health. My mom was just telling me, because I'm about to be a teacher. She was just telling me to boost my vitamin C. While she over here stirring powder in a glass of water. I'm gonna eat something that's delicious. Boost my vitamin C naturally. The risks of eating jackfruit. I'm glad I scrolled right now. Some people may need to limit or avoid it. Why? Some people are allergic to it. That's the other thing. With everything, again, back to being mindful. Be mindful of your reactions to everything, okay? Allergies are nothing to play with, and you really don't know something. It's an unknown unknown. You don't know what you don't know until you know it. Kind of aggravating, but that's the way life works. If you know you're allergic to birch pollen, I didn't know there were different types of pollen. I'm allergic to pollen, but I've again been eating this for years, so I'm not allergic to this. But you could be allergic to this, okay? Look out for pH levels. My siblings and I all have a pH allergy. We can't eat certain fruits and vegetables, or we'll break out. Like, one of my favorite fruits is bananas. I can't eat bananas. It's a curse. I miss bananas. But if I eat bananas, I have to take out like allergy medicine, like allergic reaction type allergy medicine, because my throat and my mouth start to swell. I love y'all. If y'all are watching, I love you. Moreover, due to its potential to lower blood sugar levels, individuals with diabetes may need to have their medication dosages changed if they eat this fruit on a regular basis. But nevertheless, consuming jackfruit has never been reported to cause any serious side effects, and it is safe for most people to eat it. I'm reading Healthline, which, because it's .com, it's not exactly the most notable, but this website is known to talk about nutrition facts. So I'll use this over anything. It's a great meat alternative. It's fueled with nutrients, antioxidants, which is really great, especially during these times with all this. It's almost flu, that'd be pollen season, flu season, corona season. Like, that's crazy. It's gonna be a new season. And all this crazy germs flying around, you need to boost up your antioxidants. You need to boost up your nutrients. And it's just that important to do so. All right? So, healthy addition to your fruit arsenal. Jackfruit. You've watched this video on how to cut it. It really is just that simple. Make sure you oil your knife. A very, very sharp knife, okay? You do not want to use something that's blunted knife. You have to scrape that thing till it's sharp. It needs to be extra sharp or brand new. One of the two, okay? And it needs to be well oiled. You can use olive oil, coconut oil. What else? I would avoid against vegetable oil. Like the thicker oils, you need something that's more, you do need a thick oil, but not something that's going to attach to the sticky substance that it secretes. And when you cut open this fruit, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Okay? So in past, I've used olive oil, and it took me a lot longer to get through this fruit. That's why I recommend coconut oil. And I tried coconut oil this time just because I didn't have olive oil. And I honestly should have been using coconut oil the whole time. That's just how I feel. Okay? You need a sharp knife, a plate to hold all your, have a trash can or a plastic bag, one of the two, or even do this outside. Again, this fruit is biodegradable. Can't do nothing but help. And then take your time, okay? Don't rush through it. Okay, use your body weight to hold the fruit down. And remember, always turn the blade away from you. Never cut towards your body, okay? You're asking for an accident. These are safety tips. And so, remember our MCCs. Be careful. Be mindful. Be safe. I feel like I'm missing one. And so, remember our MCCs. Remember to go out and try something different. Try something new. Remember to be mindful in everything that you do. Remember to incorporate yourself and gain an understanding of everything that comes into your life, okay? Gain an understanding of the sounds that you hear, the taste that you taste, the sees that you see. That's a new word. Sees that you see. The sights that you see. Touch. Rub your toes on the carpet. Feel the heat from the laptop on your bed. Enjoy the colors of life. And have a blessed and peaceful day, family.